The Gretzky trade, how it shaped NHL history. In the annals of sports history, few trades have had as significant an impact as the one that sent Wayne Gretzky from the Edmonton Oilers to the Los Angeles Kings in 1988. The so-called trade of the century not only changed the landscape of the National Hockey League, NHL, but also forever altered the perception of the league in the United States. The trade, which took place on August 9, 1988, stunned the hockey world. Gretzky, who had led the Oilers to 4 Stanley Cup championships in 5 years, was widely regarded as the greatest player in the history of the sport. His departure from Edmonton sent shockwaves throughout the NHL, as fans and pundits alike struggled to come to terms with the fact that the Great One would no longer be wearing the blue and orange of the Oilers. The impact of the trade was felt immediately. With Gretzky in tow, the Kings became instant contenders for the Stanley Cup, and his presence in Los Angeles helped to raise the profile of the NHL in the United States. The Great One's arrival in Hollywood sparked a surge in interest in hockey in the traditionally non-hockey market of Southern California, and his charisma and skill on the ice captured the imagination of fans across the country. But the effects of the Gretzky trade went far beyond the success of the Kings on the ice. Gretzky's presence in Los Angeles helped to solidify the NHL's status as one of the premier sports leagues in North America, and his influence on the game extended far beyond his playing days. The Great One's impact on the growth of hockey in the United States cannot be understated, as his time in Los Angeles helped to lay the groundwork for the league's expansion into new markets and increased television exposure. Furthermore, the Gretzky trade reshaped the way that teams approached player transactions in the NHL. The deal, which saw Gretzky, along with Mike Krushelnyski and Marty McSorley, traded to the Kings in exchange for Jimmy Carson, Martin Gelinas, 3 first-round draft picks, and $15 million in cash, set a new standard for blockbuster trades in professional sports. Teams became more willing to part with star players in exchange for a package of assets, and the trade market in the NHL became more active as a result. In addition, the Gretzky trade had a lasting impact on the Oilers franchise. While the team continued to enjoy success in the years following Gretzky's departure, winning another Stanley Cup in 1990, they were never able to recapture the magic of the Gretzky era. The trade marked the end of an era for the Oilers and signaled a shift in power within the NHL as new stars emerged to take Gretzky's place as the faces of the league. In hindsight, the Gretzky trade must be seen as a defining moment in the history of the NHL. It not only changed the fortunes of the teams involved, but also had a lasting impact on the league as a whole. Gretzky's time in Los Angeles helped to raise the profile of the NHL in the United States and laid the groundwork for the league's continued growth in new markets. The trade set a new standard for player transactions in the NHL and altered the way that teams approached roster construction. While the Gretzky trade may have been controversial at the time, there is no denying the lasting impact that it had on the NHL. The trade reshaped the league and helped to usher in a new era of prosperity and growth. Wayne Gretzky's time in Los Angeles may have been brief, but his influence on the game of hockey will be felt for generations to come.